What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. Vin, what's going on, brother? Free, Eller, just in time. You're exactly right. Adam, what's going on? Adam, what are you talking about? Damn, I should have known yesterday. What's going on? Fill us in, brother. What's going on? You guys see this nice pump that we have going on for Milady right now? She's looking mighty good. She's looking good. Right now the market, obviously, the market's doing great, but a lot of altcoins are looking pretty solid today. And this is what I've been telling you guys. We're gonna get to a certain level where investors are going to be real comfortable with the Bitcoin price, and they're going to start, putting more money into alts as well. I don't think we definitely aren't in altcoin season just yet, and we're going to cover, we've already covered it plenty of times, but we'll cover it today as far as when you're going to be able to really officially know when altcoin season is here. So let's see here. Dottie, what's going on? Free said, I just started doing crypto research and look who decides to stream. Nice. Well, let's get this party started, right? Happy Sunday, guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like and let's get right into it. So, Milady right now, currently local high right now is at around 75. 75. You guys see this bull flag actually played out pretty well. You see how, and I told you guys, as we get into this bull market, we're going to see just all over the charts, just bull flag over bull flag over bull flag, right? And it's pretty much, if you think about it, that's what you do when you're pumping, right? You find local highs or on some projects all-time highs, you'll retrace a little bit, aka go into like a descending triangle, and then boom, you'll find some support somewhere and you'll make a new local high or an all-time high, right? Descending triangle again, kind of playing out over and over and over, right? But the main gist of it is that we're making higher highs and usually higher lows, right? And that'll basically, if you look back on the charts, it'll just basically look like a chart's just going up and to the right pretty much, right? So let's see here. So Milady right now at around 75. We are market cap wise at about 54 million, almost $55 million for market cap. So everything's looking great. We're actually up today 11%. So a beautiful, beautiful pump we're seeing on this beautiful Sunday. Well, maybe beautiful for you guys. Remember yesterday I told you guys it was raining down here in Florida? It hasn't stopped. We're going on 2 days now of just consistent rain. Even though we need it. If you guys remember, my dog was like coughing her butt off in the background. She's not really coughing. She like clears her throat because of the allergies were getting bad, the pollen. So we need the rain. It goes against the pollen, and the pollen will start going away. So, Craig, what's going on, brother? And Randy, how are you guys doing? Craig said, "Yo, at work again, but trying to watch when I can." Yeah, bro. Obviously you can catch up with us whenever you want, brother. But have a good day at work for sure. So we just hit the 55 mark on Milady, 55 million. So definitely a nice spot. We're on our ways up, boys. We're on our ways up. So let's see here. So Bitcoin, let's jump and see what Bitcoin's actually doing today. So nothing too crazy, right? Bitcoin right now is still sitting pretty solid at around 51,775 to be exact. Literally sitting right here on this beautiful support level that we've had. I mean, it's literally just sitting here right on this support level. So, I'm not going to say typical Sunday, but just a normal kind of Sunday that we've been going through for the last few weeks where it's not too much crazy volume for Bitcoin, but we're not having those Sundays where it's just a kind of a downward kind of move for, typical Sundays, right? And I said, as we move closer and closer towards the halving, it's most likely going to be like that. And I'm anticipating we're probably going to pick up more on the weekends. More than we normally would be on the weekends, because you guys know weekends are usually pretty boring, right? Weekdays is when you're going to see like those crazy moves. Weekends, volume kind of drops down, which is, to be expected, right? Because a lot of people, not us, we're diehard cryptos, but a lot of other people, they don't really trade much on the weekends. So what I'm anticipating is as we move forward closer and closer towards April, we're going to start seeing the weekends actually start picking up, and we're going to start seeing more volume, just because it's going to be getting down to the rope as far as, just getting closer and closer to the halving, right? So right now, Bitcoin currently sitting at around 51.79, kind of doing its thing. We did find some retracement. I think this was yesterday, I believe, 24th. Or I'm sorry, not the 24th. That was the 17th. So yeah, yesterday we did find some retracement, kind of going back and almost retesting that 50. And remember what I said yesterday, guys. I believe this was on, not the 4 hour. Let me see here. Which chart was that on? That we smacked the 30 minutes, I think it was. Getting closer, 45. There it was. So you guys remember yesterday. Yesterday I said, we hadn't tested this 200-day SMA for a while, right? It'd been like 10 days as of yesterday where we basically had been running parallel but never retested the 200. Well, yesterday we did retest the 200, and you guys can see we did bounce, and we've kind of just been sitting around where we bounced, hanging around this 51.7, 51.8. We did jump up briefly yesterday to about 52, but obviously we saw that we got rejected. As of now, I honestly think that we're in a beautiful spot right now for these next few weeks for us to really just start rallying again, and 60,000 is most likely going to be right around the corner, honestly. I mean, you guys know I said for this happening 55.60, and I said that most likely I'm going to have to kind of alter those numbers a little bit, my expectations, my predictions for the happening. We might need to move the numbers up a little bit, but for right now I'm still sticking to about 60,000 for this happening. Not saying that's where we're stopping or anything like that, but I think as we get up to the happening, before we see that sell the news event, because I'm expecting some kind of a sell the news event for the happening. Basically, we see the happening maybe right before or right after the happening, some kind of a sell the news event, and then we pick right back up maybe like a few weeks after that and start moving up towards all-time highs. That's what I'm predicting as of now, so we'll see how it plays out. Let's see here. Randy said, hi, guys. Slow weekend, kind of. 4:20 time, but I'm listening. Nice. All right. Make sure you pass the Dutchie, my friend, right? All right, so a couple of things I wanted to look at, but let's jump in on the crypto bubbles for right now. So crypto bubbles right now, looking at the market, look at this market. We see some big bubbles right now, indicating that alts are actually doing really well right now. A lot of alts are actually pumping right now as we speak. We have WorldCoin. I said wild. WorldCoin has been actually pumping in the last week or two. It's been doing really well. You can see today up 30%. Beam back up 15%. GRT, the graph, up 18%. SUI, ADA, HBAR up 10% today. Okay. At 9 cents, doing really well. ICP about 4. BTT, 11, almost 12%. Blur, HNT, Helium doing really well. ICP up 4%. We could go down the list, but everything's looking really, really good today. And not only are, some of the alts doing really well, but you see some of them are doing very well today, right? Some of them are doing very well. Real quick, a project that I did want to bring up, and look at Milady right now. She's really mooning right now. She's really mooning. She's doing good. Oh, man. Freaking move the damn fib retracement. Always do that. Aggravating. There you go. Just throws you off whenever you move your whole fib retracement, right, guys? All right, so let's looking up at our watch list. One thing I wanted to point out was I actually did just sell off of my my ALI. ALI the last couple of days has been freaking going insane. You guys can see I did miss the top at around 41, but I did sell recently at around 37. It's all right. You guys know I was buying in somewhere around the 1.92 cents, so I pretty much almost doubled my money on that one. I'm not done with the project whatsoever, but I did jump out. Took some profits and waiting to see if maybe we're going to retrace. It looked like it was wanting to retrace a little bit. We'll have to see how this one goes. But ALI was doing really well. And also Fetch AI making new local highs right here at the top of the fib at around 86, 87. It jumped up to 87 cents. This is another AI project. AI projects have been going absolutely parabolic in the last few days for a few reasons. One, I'm thinking that a lot has to do with NVIDIA. Believe it or not, NVIDIA stocks just came out with their earnings and they freaking crushed it. NVIDIA is like the number one AI, for stocks and stuff like that. So I believe that it really did just ignite a lot of the AI projects for crypto. So definitely, it's not a coincidence that, NVIDIA came out with their earnings and now, Fetch was, because yesterday the markets weren't doing the best, right? I mean, it was just kind of dull. Fetch was up like 30%. I'm sorry, ALI was up like 30% yesterday. Fetch was up like 15%. They were like both mooning. So, I mean, that AI projects were going crazy yesterday. So they're still technically doing really well, but you can see ALI particularly is starting to cool off at down 2% as of today, but nothing really to be worried about. Let's see here. Looking at a couple of the big gainers. This project we've been looking at. Damn, look at, I didn't even realize this. Mavi, Hero of Mavis. This thing is really pumping. Remember, guys, we've been talking about this project. Someone brought it to our attention probably about a week or two ago. And I mean, this thing has really been just continuously moving up. I told you guys I was waiting to jump in on the project if it was going to maybe come down around this 382, possibly somewhere around the 382 to possibly that 6-cent mark. And it has not come down. It has not. It's been holding. So it is what it is. This project really is looking really well. We'll have to keep checking it out to see how it goes. But I mean, with this, such a new project, right? It's like the boundaries are endless as of right now. It's like, where is it going to find that resistance? And you can see it. It keeps finding resistance, making a high. And then it'll kind of, it finds some resistance, makes a high, will bounce down, find some support, and then it goes on another run. And I mean, this is like every single day. Every single day it's doing something like that, making a new all-time high just a little while ago at around $10.89. So I mean, this project is going to continue to move. If you were to ask me where do I think this thing's going to finally find some resistance before it starts coming down, who knows? Who knows? Because this project right now, the market cap is low, right? I mean, it's still pretty low. I think it's like 300 million right now. Yeah, 300 million. So I mean, this project's still fairly low, fairly new project, and I believe this is a gaming project, right? I believe, I'm not too familiar with it, but I believe it's a gaming project that's got a lot of hype behind it. We looked up the website, and the graphics were like insane, something that you normally don't see with crypto gaming. So this thing probably has some big potential to continue to move up, especially it got released at the perfect time, right? You have, Bitcoin's been doing really well. Alts are like on the verge of going into alt season here soon, right? Like where it's just going to start pumping like crazy. So, I mean, this project just jumps out. It's going to, and especially if you look, you can look up the website Heroes of Mavia. The graphics on the game and stuff like that looks like it is like top notch. So, I mean, you throw all that in, it has hype behind it. You can see because the volume is at almost $100 million for a project that's only worth $300 million. That's almost 30% of the market cap, the volume's coming in daily. So, I mean, that means that there's a lot of hype. A lot of people are have their eyes on this project particularly. So, I see this thing continuing to move up, honestly, in my opinion. While we are looking at coin market cap, Bitcoin dominance right now, 52% even. It has gone down actually 0.5%. A few days ago, it was around 52.4, 52.5. So it has dropped down 0.5%, one, and the market cap is up 2%. So what does that tell me? That tells me that Bitcoin dominance has dropped down 5%. You got to remember, 5% out of, 0.5%, 0.5% out of $1 trillion, right? Market cap for Bitcoin has dropped down. And if you look at the whole market cap for the whole crypto space, has gone up almost 2%. That tells me that a lot of money has been flowing into alts. I don't know if it's going to be short-lived, but a lot of money has been flowing into alts, and that's why we're seeing a lot of alts just coming up, waking up in the last few days, and they're doing really well. So remember, we'll just talk about it now. With Bitcoin dominance, with Bitcoin dominance, us getting into an altcoin season, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance drop all the way down towards the lower 40%. So we're not anywhere near it right now. Bitcoin is still, the dominant force in crypto, which it always will be, right? But looking at the actual Bitcoin dominance towards the market cap. When we get into altcoin season, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance drop down probably around 10% from where it's at right now. That's when you're going to get confirmation that it's just straight altcoin season right now, and all your favorite altcoins are going to at least be in the green. A lot of them are going to be, that's when you're going to see a lot of them doing those 10, 20, 30 X's and even more on some projects. So I hope you guys are ready for that for sure. Now, let me just check up on the chat real quick. Free said, what's your opinion on 250,000 plus Bitcoin? What do you mean? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. On a $250,000 Bitcoin, I'm honestly not sure what could happen, but some crypto experts are speculating. You know what? So Free, I don't disagree with anybody that's calling for, some of those bigger Bitcoin numbers. I just don't know if I am ready to jump on board with that actually happening this cycle. It easily can happen, right? But if you really look at it, let me see here. For Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin's this is Bitcoin. Why is it not showing me? Let me see something here. So for Bitcoin right now, the market cap is at $1 trillion, a little over $1,020,000,000,000, right? For Bitcoin to jump up to 250,000, obviously we're talking about a $5 trillion market cap, right? $5 trillion market cap. Right now, the market cap for the whole space is right under 2 trillion. So I'm not saying that it can't happen. It's 100% going to happen, right? It's just, I think really we're all trying to predict what the time frame is going to be. I honestly think that this bull run, depending on how epic it gets, some people are calling for this is going to be the biggest bull run that we've seen. Some people are saying that it's not going to be as big as 2021. I'm like kind of right in the middle where I think we're just going to have a freaking epic bull run, right? And if it's better than 2021, so be it, right? But I really do think that Bitcoin, my honest predictions for Bitcoin for right now, topping out in this next bull run is over 100K for sure. I don't think I'm ready to jump on board with the whole 250,000. Like I said, I'm not saying it can't happen because you guys know how crypto works. One day it's here, you wake up a week later and it's like freaking, it's absolutely gone insanely parabolic, right? So do we all hope that Bitcoin does that? For sure, right? We hope that Bitcoin gets as high as it can because like I said, it's going to be only nothing but a plus for anything else that you're invested in with crypto, right? It's only going to be a plus for the crypto market. So I hope that all of them are right as far as predicting that $250,000 Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, I do think that it's definitely going to happen. I just think it might take a little bit more time than what we have as far as time frame for this bull run. So, but we'll see how it goes. Lucky Jose said hi from Sac, California. What's going on, brother? Let's see here. He said, "Can I get a big con recap?" What do you mean big con? Speak to me, Jose. Big con. Free said, let's see here. Okay, Craig said, what's up? X-Man, what's going on, bro? Tales from the street. I'm honored to be in the room with all you future millionaires. All you guys are going to be so wealthy from holding so early. Very kind words. Appreciate that. Craig said, lady's going to eat a zero this week or what? I mean, we're not far from it, right? We're definitely not far from it. Zooming out, let's see how far we are from eating a zero. Let's see how far. So eating a zero would bring us up towards this right here, this resistance spot. So we are currently sitting, I'm going to predict we're 40%, 35%. So we're 35% away from eating a zero, which is not bad. I mean, if you really think about it, let's look up right now for the week for ladies. I believe we've already done that in this last week, right? All right, so in the last 7 days, we're up 30% right now. So we easily can eat a zero in this next week if we can continue to, have this momentum going for ladies. Definitely. Lucky Jose said, Milady's is number one in my opinion. Nice. Thank you for joining the channel, bro. I feel like I haven't seen you before. Welcome. If you haven't already, everybody else, make sure you guys hit that like and make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. One thing you can do to support the channel is make sure you guys hit that like for the algorithm and make sure you guys are subscribed. Randy said, I'm thinking this is going to be an insane bull run. I'm right there with you, bro. I really am. I really am. I'm thinking we're gonna have some big moves coming up in this next bull run for not just Bitcoin, but for the whole crypto space for sure. Now let's see here. A couple things I wanted to look at real quick. Let's check out. So fear and greed index is at around 76. We're right there. You guys can see once we jump into this next pillar, that's going to be extreme greed, right? So I mean, nothing to be alarmed with, right? Nothing to be alarmed with. It's just crazy that we're already getting into extreme greed, and we're like right at the beginning points of this bull market, right? It's absolutely insane. Like I said, I think we're going to jump into extreme greed, and we're going to sit in extreme greed for a while as the markets just start going parabolic. But eventually we will get to a point where, and this could be 8 months down the road, right, where we're just completely oversold. I mean, everybody and your mother's so greedy, thinking that your favorite projects, after they just did 100x, are going to continue to do another 1000x. That's when you need to start having an exit plan, right? Because you don't want the greed to take over and you miss out on your epic profits for sure. So one thing that we're always preaching, right? So let's see here. Rogan said 52,000 coming in minutes. It is looking like that. Let me see. Why is it so? Because I think on here, isn't that weird? Right here it's saying on CoinMarketCap, it's saying that's at 51.9. But on, let me see if I need to load up this for whatever reason. Let's see. No, it's still there. So it's saying we're at 51, pretty much 51.8 on TradingView. But on CoinMarketCap, it's telling me that we're like $20 away from 52,000. So who knows which one's right? We'll go with the higher number, right? We'll go with the higher number. Let's see here. Randy said, what's your thoughts on Iran? Let me see. Iran. Is this a DeFi project? It's not pulling up on TradingView. Oh, Rogan. I appreciate. So hold on. So you're saying that Rogan's saying it's on BTC USDT. Yeah, I'm using the dollar. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a little odd that it's what is freaking for this to for them to be that big of a difference, because this is USD Tether. Is Tether down right now or something? It's a little odd, honestly. Let's look and see. No, it's at $1. It's a little weird, honestly. Why would USDT be higher than the US dollar that's at $1, right? It's a little odd. Jason, got to go back to work. Thank you for joining, brother. If anything, watch the rest later, because we're going to be going over some stuff, so no worries. Yeah, it's a little odd, honestly. I wonder why exactly, because Tether's pegged to the dollar, obviously, and the dollar's pegged to the dollar, right? It's a little odd, but you know what? Oh, well. We'll take it. We will take it. Now, let's see here. So, top trending. Let's check out what top trending is going on. Caspa, I think, is still on fire, guys. Let's see here what Caspa's been doing. Looking like it's going on for another pump. Caspa is up 16%. I mean, for the month, it's up 50%. That's awesome. Doing pretty good. Let's check out WardCoin, because this thing has been going absolutely crazy. Just for the day, it's up 30%. Look at that. 7-day for WorldCoin up 150%. That's insane. Holy crap. Look at that chart. That's crazy. Randy said, wow, fear and greed is up. It is, dude. It is. It's up. It's a little shocking that it's up so high so quick. You know, it's a little shocking that it's up high so quick. I mean, you would think that we would be somewhere in like the 60s right now, maybe like lower 70s. We're like literally right there, about to be in extreme greed, which is a little odd, but I guess I can get rid of this beautiful drawing right here, right? I mean, look how beautiful that drawing is. I guess I'll get rid of it, because that didn't happen, right? But the bull flag did play out, so we'll see how this goes. So just like we've seen before, right? Oh, you know what? Yesterday, you guys remember the stream yesterday? If you didn't catch it, I'll just catch you up. So yesterday we were like trading around here, and I was like, I'm waiting because we're most likely going to come and retest the bottom of this channel at around 65. I was going to buy in, and I didn't buy in. Or not buy in, but didn't add to my bag. A little bit, like, damn it, but it is what it is. So with what the charts are looking like right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like, because you can see we just got rejected at the 76, right? I mean, technically right now we got rejected at the 76. We'll see how this plays out, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're forming some kind of another descending triangle, right? And I'll just start the freaking triangle right now. I'm not saying it's going to exactly do this, but maybe something like this, and we do another spike up. Because you guys know this is descending triangles or bull flag. Not every time, but a lot of times these will play out towards the upside after it finds some kind of solid support. And you can see as we're going, we're making higher lows, right? So if I was to guess, this is just a guess, right? If I was to guess if we were to go into this descending triangle, it would be probably somewhere around this fib retracement at around 72, the 236. Somewhere around this 71.8, 72 mark is probably where we're going to see some kind of a retracement, maybe, if we kind of just stay in this channel. So I'll leave this kind of up to see if it plays out. I might need to tweak the top and the bottom channels a little bit to see exactly where we're going to be at. But most likely, that's what we're going to see as we continue to move up. It's going to be these bull flags, right? It's going to be these bull flags just pretty much playing out. So let's check out what's going on in the news today for crypto. Let's check out what's going on in the news today with crypto. So currently, let's see, not much going on, right? FTX legal. Let's see here. Scrutinize over past ties and fraud claims. What else is new with them? Let's check out CoinDesk. Bitcoin stall at 52 may foreshadow imminent pullback before higher prices. That's what one of them are predicting. Possibly, right? I mean, a pullback is not bad, right? A pullback is not a bad thing, honestly. Was this the pullback, this small little retracement that we had yesterday? Possibly, right? Will it break 50,000 and maybe go back down a little bit? It could, but like I keep telling you guys, as we continue to get closer towards this happening, you guys can see this beautiful drawing that I have that I'm predicting we're most likely going to be doing. We might see somewhat of a pullback, maybe dropping back towards this support right here at 47, which would be a dramatic drop, honestly, in my eyes. Would be a dramatic drop. Let's see here if we mapped it out. If Bitcoin was to drop down towards that 47, I mean, that's almost an 8% drop right now. I mean, not saying that it can't happen, right? But with what we have stacked up coming up in the next 5 to 6 weeks, really don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that the buyers are going to allow that to happen. Now, will we maybe retrace 50,000? Possibly. Maybe break below 50 briefly down towards 49. Maybe coming to retest this top right here at around, that's 50,003. But maybe dropping down towards 49,000 really briefly, somewhere around there before taking off, could possibly happen, right? I mean, that's the things that you can't just block, right? As far as the options, the possibilities, any of that is still on the table. But the one thing that you can't take is that we're going to continue to steadily move up as we get closer and closer towards this happening. I don't think they can really derail it unless, like I keep telling you guys before, if we get thrown some kind of a curveball, and I mean some world kind of something is going on in the world that can really mess up the markets, that's where I can see, where something like that can happen, like a big retracement. But just looking at like the stock market as well, I mean, the stock market is at all-time highs as well, right? I mean, we're literally not only Bitcoin and crypto or have already entered a bull run, but I mean, or a bull market. The stock market as well has been really doing really good as well. So I mean, I think it's just going to continue unless something big happens as far as like the world stage, right? But hopefully, we don't see any kind of wars or anything like that. We have the U.S. elections coming up, and a lot of times they want to see the markets doing really well because that's something that the current administration can run off of, right? Like, look, the stock markets are at all-time highs, right? Kreger, what's going on? Kreger said, hit that like button, Milady to the moon. Definitely hit that like, guys. Support the channel and Milady, right? Not just me, but Milady. Hopeful, please share. Let's lose a 0. We're right there. We're not far. 30% away, 35%. Adam said, I was reading an article and it said that Milady could be around, how many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 2025. Yeah, I mean, possibly, bro. Right? I mean, honestly, so we're at 7 zeros right now. For us to drop 3 zeros, that would be a market cap of somewhere around $10 billion, which we've all said that is very, very likely, right? You guys still, and I'm still sticking to my estimate right now. Like, you guys know, I've been saying, whenever someone asks me, like, what do you think an all-time high for Milady is, I always bring up Milady's market cap, right? I always bring up Milady's market cap because it's easier to map and use those numbers. And I say that I think that Milady's market cap is going to be somewhere around $2 to $8 billion at the tip of the bull run, right? So if we were to jump up just $2 billion, that would make us run up about a 40x from right now. If we were to go to the higher spectrum of that estimate at around 8, maybe even 10, now you're looking at around a 200, maybe a little bit over 200x. I mean, saying 200x doesn't seem like a lot, right? But I mean, do you really understand how much a 200x is? Like, do you comprehend how much a 200x is? I always use the same analogy because it's easy to say it. Let's say you have $1,000 right now at this current price. You have $1,000 in Milady, and we do a 40x. That means you're gonna have at the lower spectrum of my estimate, a 40x times 1,000 would be $40,000, right? That's a big move. Now imagine if we go up to $10 billion and we do that 200x. And remember, you have that same $1,000. That means that you would, at the tip of the bull run, would have $200,000, $200,000 in just Milady. Do you like comprehend that? Like, that's a freaking massive move. It really is a massive move. That's why when some people come in and they're like, what do you guys, what's such a big deal about Milady's? And it's like, what it is that Milady's is going to do very, very well in this bull run, right? But what the biggest selling point that I tell everybody is that the market cap is so low. This thing has not exploded yet, right? You look at a lot of other meme coins and they're sitting at $700 million, or they're, even at a $500 million at 500, we're at $50 million, $50 million, right? So the possibility for gains for Milady is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy compared to a lot of your other favorite meme coins, right? Not saying that the other meme coins aren't going to do just as well. They're going to do just as well, but their potential for the gains. Because if you're looking at a project that already is at $500 million, if they do the same thing as what I just said for Milady, and they go up to $2 billion, if they're at a $500 million, that's only a 4x from where they're at, right? Think about that. That's only a 4x from where they're at going up to 2 billion. That's a 20x from where we're at going up to 2 billion, right? So the possibilities for gains is absolutely insane for Milady. And that's the biggest selling point that we try to preach on the channel, right? That's the biggest selling point that we try to preach. So let's see here. Koktoshi. Gotta love the name, right? Koktoshi. He said, get some. Free said, I've been buying, I've been calling a 40x Milady for a while now. Who knows? Could be more. Exactly. Adam said 200x is 19,000%, right? It's freaking insane. It really is. People throw around, oh, it's only a 50x. You're like, bro, like, I don't think people really comprehend how much of a move that is. Randy said, my wife started paying attention when you started talking about 200x. Nice job. Can't wait. That always catches their attention, right? She's looking at you different. She's like, ooh, my man's going to be rich here soon. No, that's awesome, bro. That's good. I'm glad that she's acknowledging the possibilities of what you're going to be possibly at, in the next few months or however long it takes, right? So looking at Bitcoin, just to recap on Bitcoin, we're Bitcoin's not doing bad today. Like I told you guys, typical Sundays, we're usually trying to kind of tailing down, right? Like it's kind of a boring, we're on our way down. Not that we're absolutely going crazy with Bitcoin particularly, but I mean we're having a solid day, right? We're right under 52,000. We're kind of sitting there looking pretty good. You guys look who was in here talking about who was it? I'm trying to look back on the chat. Oh, Craig, I'm looking back up. I'm sorry, dude. I missed your question. He said, is Flair making a bull flag? We'll look at that right now. But whoever I forgot was talking about, oh, yeah, Rogan. Rogan, if you're still in here. Isn't that crazy, Rogan? Look at, so right now with the Bitcoin USD, right, the dollar, we're at 51.857, and then look at Bitcoin USDT Tether. It literally went back together. Now it's at 51.8 again. The same thing. Isn't that weird? How that's why I was saying something was off with that Tether, because it was like too big of a spread. If they're both kind of at the same, like the Tether is supposed to be pegged to the dollar, it shouldn't be any difference unless Tether is for whatever reason unpegged from the dollar. So it's a little odd, but it looks like we're doing pretty good today for Bitcoin. I'm not expecting anything absolutely insane. Maybe tonight, because we're getting closer to Monday, we might see some kind of a big move. Isn't tomorrow a holiday? I think tomorrow is President's Day. Possibly. I have to look and see, but I think the US markets might be closed tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Been growing my ladies bag. Nice. Can we take a look at, what is that? They're the freaking little hearts in the way. I can't see the whole, we'll check it out. But Craig wants to look at real quick to see Flair. Is Flair forming some kind of a bull flag? Let's see here. Flair actually, look at this. Flair actually broke out. Holy crap. This chart's so freaking weird. I'm going to move this fib retracement. I don't like it. That looks a little better. So is Flair forming some kind of a bull flag? Honestly, I would say no. It's really not, honestly. If you really look at it, it's just doing what Flair does. Kind of goes on these like big little pumps and it'll find some support. But if you look at the project, it's just continuing to move up, making new highs, finding some support, making new highs, finding some support. You can see it's really respecting this 200-day SMA as of right now, as it moves. But as far as the bull flag, particularly, I don't really see any kind of bull flag forming as of now. But we'll have to see how it goes from there. Let's see here. So Munch said he wants to check out a different project real quick. Is that project? I've never seen a project paired with the South Korean won. It just pulled up. It's like the South Korea won. It's pretty cool. So this project right here, let me zoom out real quick. So one thing I will say about this project is it looks like it's bottomed out. You can see right here it's found some support, and it's not far from where it's at. So this project particularly right now would be a big buy, like a big, if this was a project that I was believing in right now, because you can see as it's been steadily kind of like retracing and retracing, you can see it's bounced multiple times right here at this 31 cents, somewhere around there. So the fact that it's at 44 cents, it's not really too far above from where it's pretty much bottomed out and found some support. It is up about 43% from that support line. But what I'm saying is that this wouldn't be a bad spot to just continue to dollar cost average in on this project. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. All right. But yeah, because you can see potentially where this thing was at. It was like, holy crap, this thing was all the way up to around $10 almost, right? So the fact that where it's at right now, to me, would be just an epic buy right now. Just continuing, maybe have patience and see if it's going to retest around this 31 cents, somewhere around there. But buying in right now wouldn't be a bad spot, just because you can see that it's pretty much bottomed out and it's most likely going to find some support where it's at, and it's most likely going to continue to trend up. Let's see as far as the market cap. $0.44. Yeah, this is it right here. So did you see that pulled up? It said the new and the old. So I wonder what's up with that. But so the market cap is only at $100 million right now. Only at $100 million. So nothing too crazy as far as market cap being too high. So honestly, like I keep saying, if this is a project that you believe in long term, maybe have some patience. Maybe this thing might retrick back down towards around this 31, 32 cent mark, somewhere around there. And that would be just where I would continue to keep just dollar cost averaging in, right? Dollar cost averaging in and just waiting for this epic, this epic parabolic move that it most likely will make, as long as it's holding this 32 cents, right? Because the 32 cents is pretty much the bottom. You can see it briefly did drop down a little bit below, somewhere around 30 cents. But for the most part, it's pretty much been holding around that area. So, like I said, really nothing crazy. It is up 40% from that support level, but that's probably peanuts compared to what it's going to do in the long run, right? So, just dollar cost average in would be my plan. Have patience and continue to just add to my bag and just hold on for for this epic bull run. Randy, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Randy said, you're doing great job. Can't wait for the day we sell. Keep it up, my friend. I appreciate that, Randy. Thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you again, man, for that. And it's going to be an epic time, right, Randy, when we get up there. And like I said, it's like when we get up towards these levels, like I've been predicting, when we break, because yesterday someone in the stream actually came up with something really smart. They were saying that they were going to continue to keep dollar cost averaging in to a certain point. And I was thinking about that. I was like, that's true, right? You're not going to keep dollar cost averaging in when we're at $1 billion market cap, right? Maybe some people will, because they still believe like this thing's going to 10 billion, right? So anything that you're buying in even at that point might continue to make you profits, right? But since we're in at such an early stage and we've been buying in at such a small market cap, I'm thinking that most likely, like this person was saying yesterday, I don't remember who it was, but they were saying that when the market cap gets up to about 300 million, that's when they're going to stop dollar cost averaging in. And I was thinking about, I was like, you know what? That's smart that they have a goal like that, right? And what's y'all's goal as far as like dollar cost averaging in? Once it gets to a certain point, you're like, all right, I'm not buying in anymore. Now I'm just going to let it completely ride, right? Because we're getting up there to those higher numbers, higher market cap. I just want to, continue to just let it be and, ride this thing out. And I was like, that's pretty smart. I mean, obviously, if we're predicting somewhere around a 2 to maybe $8 to $10 billion market cap, I think once we get up to about $4 to maybe $500 million, that might be around the last time that I continue to dollar cost average in for myself, right? Just because by that time, even right now, I have a solid bag, right? So I don't want to be buying in at too high of a price, for whatever reason. I want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of where we're at now and where we were at, the last like 8 weeks. We've been at such epic numbers where, like we've all been saying, these are the prices that we're dollar cost averaging in. This is what I'm doing, and it obviously will pay out in the long run. But once it gets to a certain spot, I'm not going to continue to buy in anymore. I might change, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say the hype is just unreal. We're at like 500 million. I might continue to buy in because then maybe my predictions will change. And maybe I'm like, this thing's going to 20 billion, right? So buying in at $500 million wouldn't be still a bad spot to continue to buy in, right? So, that's something also to think about. But, what Randy was saying as far as the day that we go to sell, it's gonna be a great day, but it's also gonna be a rough day, right? Because it's gonna be, like I tell you guys, when you buy in at a price that we've been buying in and dollar cost average it in, when you go to hit that sell button, it's hard. It really is hard to to hit that sell button because you're like, you get attached to owning, a big chunk of certain projects, right? You feel like you have your powerful and like the Milady's world, right? I own 50 billion or I own 100 billion. You feel freaking like you're a top dog in the game. So it's like when you hit that sell, you just sold off all your position, right? But at the end of the day, we're all here to make money, right? So I mean, it'll hit all of us a little different. For me, it's a little hard selling, like whenever I hit that sell button, but I've learned a little bit more as far as like as I've progressed in the market that you just don't want to get married to the projects, right? You don't want to get married, and you have to understand the point of why we're here. We're all here, obviously. Right now, we're here to support, and build the community up. But eventually, there is going to be a time where we're going to have to hit that green button that says sell, right? And it's going to be a little rough, right? But at the same time, as long as you're making money, I think you're doing, that's what you need to do, right? Is because that's what we're here to do is to make money, right? Now that sell button might come for everybody a little different, right? Some people might only want to ride it up to $1 billion, and that was something else I was telling everybody too. It's going to be having patience right now, holding, and then having patience when we get to certain levels. Like whenever we're up to like $500, $600 million, that's a 10x from where we're at right now. A lot of people's portfolios are going to be in the green, like heavy, right? And it's going to be tough to not hit that sell button when you're up, 10x, right? You're like, should I take profits now? And it's going to be rough. It's sitting here having to tell yourself, no, I need to wait. My goal is 2 billion, right? Or my goal is 1 billion, or whatever the case may be. So, but those are all good scenarios to be in, right? Those are all good scenarios to be in. So I can't wait. Also, Randy, and thank you again for that $5 super chat, brother. I really appreciate that. And real quick, everybody, it looks like we're doing good. 26 likes. We got 25 people here. Nice. Any other projects you guys want to check out, let me know. Let me know in the comments. We'll definitely check out whatever you guys want. I hope you guys are having a solid Sunday. A little rainy where I'm at, but nothing too crazy. I can't believe Fetch AI is already up to $700 million. That's crazy. I was buying in on Fetch when it was at $100 million. $100 million. So let's see here. Let me check in here. Randy said, yes, sir. Craig said, Milady dancing her way to the moon. Let's see here. Aneo said, I'm thinking of buying more. Not a bad spot to buy right now, brother. Not a bad spot. Like I keep telling you guys, eventually it's going to, like I said, you're going to be looking back at some of the prices. Like right now, think about it. We're looking back at some of the prices that we saw just a week ago. And I know all of us, cause I said it too. I'm like, damn it. I should have bought more, right? Last week. Not saying that we might, we'll always have patience, because you never know what could happen in a week from now. Maybe we'll maybe retrace real quick to some of those numbers, but the way it's looking is, we might not see those numbers, those prices that we saw 2 or 3 weeks ago, for a very long time. So that kind of leads me to like, so right now, is it a bad time to buy? Well, Looking at the market cap being at around 54, 55, $55 million is not a bad time to continue to dollar cost average in. It really is not a bad time. So let's see here. Randy said, yeah, I read. Well, hold on. Yeah, I read that and was like, yeah, I like this plan. Let's see here. Oh, for the market cap's a good idea. Yep. And Randy said it's going to be hard to sell. It will be, but we're all here to motivate ourselves. And, I know if we get up to like 10 billion, I'm going to be like, bro, guys, we're going to have a freaking stream on just sitting here talking about, we're going to need to come to the drawing boards here. We're going to be like, all right, what are we doing here, right? We're at $10 billion. Like, I'm about to go buy a house. I might need to sell, guys. I'll let you guys know. Randy said, which begs the question, will you sell any at, say, 10x? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be hard. I really, as of right now, I don't want to. I do not want to, right? I don't want to. You never know what could happen from here to there, right? As far as like out of crypto world in your own personal life, right? If everything is this way it is in my life right now, I probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need to sell right now. I still want to ride it out and to get to, the potential that I think Milady can get to. But, like I said, you never know. And that's why also I want to tell you guys, we're not going to be, if someone's like, I sold, and it's at 10x, we're not going to crucify them, because you don't know what anybody's going through financially or anything like that, right? They could sell, make that 10x, and it could change their life, or help them get out of a situation that they're in, right? So you never know, right? As far as what other people are going through. So, we're not gonna judge anybody for anything like that. We're just here to motivate and make sure everybody holds until we get to those solid numbers. Prodigy, what's going on, brother, man? And Kreger said, can you take a look at Akash? Yeah, we'll definitely look at Akash. Let's look at that right now. I know it's been doing pretty good in the last like week or two. Yeah, look at that. It was on like the top gainers and stuff like that. Oh, and look where so I don't remember how long it's been since we looked at this. It hasn't been too long, but you look where I found support and look where it bounced almost cleanly. Not exactly. Doesn't always happen exactly, but it was pretty close, right? Pretty close. It bounced almost at the support level that I put at around $3.35. It dropped down to $3.37. So you just give it to me, right? It was right there. But look at that. It made a nice little bounce, and it continues to move up. Maybe breaking this. I don't know if this is an all-time high or if this is a local high. Let's see here. Zoom out a little bit and see. So from what TradingView is telling me, remember, TradingView sometimes can be a little out there, but it's saying this is this was a recent all-time high right here at around $3.70. And you look at that, I didn't even realize. So we kind of put out this descending triangle, and you can see it eventually found some support, and it jumped up. Like I've been telling you guys, as we continue, and it's not just for Milady or for Akash or anything like that, you're going to see on my charts, you're going to see a lot of descending triangles and bull flags just mapped out, because as we move into this bull run, this bull market, that's how the market works. You're going to make highs. You're going to go into a descending triangle, find some support somewhere. Sometimes they'll be short-lived. Sometimes they'll be longer than the others, right? But it'll most likely play out like this for the most part. Boom, jump up, another bear flag or descending triangle. Boom, jump up, and that's how the markets work. They don't just go like in one line, just up. You don't want it to do that, because you guys know how gigapumps work. There's a big gigapump. Like, zoom in on this move right here. Look at this enormous gigapump, and look what followed. Even though it didn't retrace all the way back down, but you can see this beautiful gigapump, and then it retraced and took out probably 60% of these gains, right? You don't want to see that. You want to see stuff like this where a descending triangle, bull flag, and then it goes up and makes new highs, falls into another fallen wedge or descending triangle, whatever you want to call it, and then boom, makes another high from there. That's going to be what I think we're going to see as far as now. There's going to be some days where we just go straight up parabolic. It's absolutely insane, and we're not going to come back down, right? Or we will retrace a little bit, but we're going to have some days where they're going to just it's going to be these days where, and I'm speaking of Milady particularly, where we're going to have 80% days where we're up 80%, right? Maybe we'll have somewhat of a cool off down 20%, 30%. Next day, boom, another 60, 70% towards the upside, right? That's what's going to start happening for Milady. We're not there yet. But for Acash, so as far as a pivotal spot for resistance, obviously it's going to be the top of this fib right here at $3.68 to be exact. That's going to be the top of, the fib retracement. That's going to be your next spot for some solid resistance. As far as what do I see right now, I mean, it looks good. It looks good. You can see all the SMAs are definitely running parallel under the price action, so everything's looking good. Maybe if we are to see some kind of a small retracement, you might see it come and catch up to this 20-day. That's going to be the yellow. So by the time it might get over there, could be somewhere retracing, something small like around $3.55, $3.50, somewhere right there before it finds some support. Because you can see right here, you can see it broke the 20 and it found support right on this 20, and that's what kind of led it to go up. And it's going in kind of like waves. 20 days catching up, probably catching up somewhere around the $3.55, $3, somewhere around that area right there. Probably needs to bounce off the 20-day again before it could jumps up and makes, possibly some new all-time highs. But project looks great in my eyes. Definitely looks good, and we'll continue to map this out for sure. David said, where are you at in Florida? He was talking to Hot Rod. A lot of us, David, are in Florida. Well, let me backtrack here. Skipping some people. Krager said, could you look at Acash? Already looked at that. Hot Rod said, can't wait till full bull run. Exactly. David said, what's up? No FUD. What's going on, brother, man? Krager said, thanks. No problem whatsoever. And Hot Rod, what's up? Florida in the house. I don't know. I don't remember where Hot Rod is. I know we're around, right? I'm in Tampa area. I know we have Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Jacksonville. We have, I know there's a couple other spots, but there's a lot of Florida people in here. But we're worldwide, right? We are worldwide around here. We got people that are in the UK. They usually don't make the earlier streams like we have today just because, time difference over there. It's probably like in the middle of the night. Who knows over there? But we have people all across the country. We have people in California right now. Someone was just talking about being in Southern California. You guys know I love burritos, and that is the birthplace of the burrito, believe it or not, in Southern California. And fun fact, guys, a burrito, a real burrito, has to have either tater tots or french fries inside the burrito. That's an official burrito. So don't ever get confused out there. Hot Rod said he's in the Berg. Oh, okay. St. Petersburg, right across the bridge, bro. So you've been dealing with all this rain too. I was telling them it's been raining for like 2 straight days, which we need it. My dog's got like allergy because all the damn pollen. So I was like, thank you. The rain was coming in. David said he didn't know that. See, guys, we're not going to just learn about crypto in here. We're going to learn about burritos as well because I freaking love burritos. It's just, sorry. It's just, it's just something that I love. Oh, nice. Hot Rod said he's painting the inside of his house. So let's look at a couple projects while we are looking, and we're going to definitely look at some other things that I have lined up. But looking at Jasmy made a nice little high. Looks like earlier today at around the 66 mark. I've been telling you guys, Jasmy is going to continue to move up. Market cap is fairly low for Jasmy, and you can see it kind of bottomed out right above its 200-day moving average right here at around this 45. So Jasmy is definitely looking like it's definitely setting up for an epic run. I was telling a lot of people, Jasmy has been, moving since the last when the markets woke up in like November, December of 2023, you can see October is when it kind of woke up for Jasmy, right? And that's when a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin really started moving, and we've been in this move. But you can see it moved up, made this local high right here at around the 74, but it did retrace back almost to its 200-day moving average. And you can see it bounced pretty much right above it. But since then, it kind of, that's what it needed to find its support there. And you can see it's finally starting to just gradually move up towards this 74 mark. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next few weeks, we're talking about a new local high for Jasmy as it breaks out of this fib retracement. So Jasmy's looking very, very bullish for sure in my eyes. Let's go over and look at Bunk. Bunk, you guys know, I believe in Bunk. I think Bunk's going to be a solid meme coin. It already is, but I think it's going to be do really well in this next bull run. The one thing that I always tell you guys, and you guys know what I'm about to say, is that Bunk has such a high market cap for a meme coin. $800 million market cap, right? That's from where we're at right now, that's like a 15x from where we're at right now. A little bit more, like a 16, 17x from where Milady's is at right now. So what I always say about Bunk is I think Bunk's going to do really well in this next bull run, but I think the potential for gains is going to be more towards the side for Milady, right? Bunk goes up to, even if Bunk goes up to $5 billion, you're talking about maybe a 7x from where it's at right now. If Milady goes up to $7 billion, we already know what we were talking about. That's like 100x from where we're at right now. So you can do the math. Obviously, you would make a lot more off of being invested in Milady, but at the end of the day, you'll still make money with Bunk as well. I think Bunk is a solid project, and I think it's going to be one of those bigger meme coins as we get into this next bull run. Obviously, already market cap at $800 million. So definitely a solid project. We already looked at Mavia. Swiftcoin, we've been kind of, watching this project. Nothing too crazy. It did top out right here at around the 37. I think people found out that Taylor Swift was not endorsing this project. So, it's been kind of cooling off since then. But one thing I will say about this project is that it is being traded on Coinbase. The market cap for this project is so low. Let's see here. I think it's at like $10 million. Yeah, $10 million market cap. And this is traded on Coinbase, right? As one of the major exchanges. So that's the one thing I think it has going for it, that you'll probably see maybe a retracement. If this thing drops down to like this 19 mark right here, I'm most definitely going to throw some money at it just for the hell of it, just because this thing has potential to really explode in this next bull run. I think just because of the fact that it's traded on Coinbase. You'll see when we get into this bull market on Coinbase, it like takes turns. One day this project will be up 200%, and it's like goes down the list, and this project will 100% be one of those projects, but just because it has such a small market cap, it'll catch the eye of a lot of people that want to make those fast gains. Not saying that I'm going to buy in and freaking hold this thing till 2027. I'm just saying I'd probably try to catch it at one of these support levels. Possibly if it drops down anywhere around this 19 mark, maybe a little bit before, I'd probably throw some money in, because that means the market cap would be somewhere around like $5 to $7 million, which is freaking absolutely like so micro market cap that this thing could do nothing but eventually shoot up, hundreds of percent. But it would be probably short-lived. So be very careful. And PRQ. This is another project we've been watching. A lot of people in our chat's been talking about it. So we, real quick. David said, is it only on Coinbase? No. Swift is traded on, you can see it's on HTX, OKX. You can obviously get it on Uniswap, if you're going to do it on DeFi. KuCoin has it. But it's on Coinbase. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's actually on Coinbase. So that's a big thing right there. Coinbase and Binance are going to be your biggest exchanges. That gives the biggest potential for, as far as exposure, because they have the most users, Coinbase and Binance. So when a project makes, that's the big leagues, right? We are pushing for Milady to eventually get to Coinbase and Binance, right? Because that will just bring in a lot more investors, because a lot of people across the world only use Binance, right? A lot of people in the States only use Coinbase, right? They don't use some of these other smaller, you say smaller, they're still really big exchanges, but they don't use these other exchanges. They use those top two exchanges. So the fact that we want to get Milady on there obviously is going to be nothing but a plus, but the fact that Swiftcoin is already on there is a plus in my eyes as far as the potential that it could possibly do. So Randy said dog with hat. Yeah, we'll check that out here in a second here. Just hold on. I want to go through this. So PRQ, definitely doing, like I've been telling everybody, this thing is going to steadily just continue to move up. It looks like it's been consolidating right around the 17-cent mark. So, I mean, we'll have to wait. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is looking for another kind of breakout. Because if you look at what this project does. These crazy gigapumps, the market cap is really low for this project as well. We'll pull it up on here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this project particularly is looking for some kind of a breakout. Market cap's at $36 million. So very small. And look at this. This is on Coinbase as well. Another hidden gem on Coinbase with a small market cap. So keep your eyes on this, guys, because this could be something. I'm looking for anything under the 15-cent mark. I really put my levels down here at around the 10-cent. I don't think we're ever going to see this 10-cent mark unless something dramatic happens. But if this thing does drop anywhere between these two levels right here, I'm going to keep my eye on it because I wouldn't be surprised if I want to jump in on and getting a nice little bag before it sees some kind of a rip towards the upside. So we'll see how it goes. Miro, you guys know I've been talking about Miro for a little while. Miro, I particularly did jump in on this project at around 5 cents. This project has been doing pretty well. I was able to jump in at 5 cents. The market cap was somewhere around 50 million. We're going to get to dog with hat right now, brother. So Miro is jumped up to almost $100 million market cap again. So, I mean, looking really, really good as far as Miro. Maybe we might see another spot where it will retrace somewhere around that 5 cent mark for me to add to my bag because I want to hold on to Miro. I told you guys I'm doing this thing where I want to see if Miro is going to get to $1 in this next bull run. So I want to just hold on to it. For Miro to get to $1, the market cap technically only needs to go up to $944 million, somewhere around where Bunk is right now, right? So I think it has the potential to possibly do that. So I'm going to just keep holding on to Miro. It is tempting to sell because I'm like 2x up right now just to kind of sell and maybe move to something else or reposition myself. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold. I'm just going to wait. If this thing does retrace, I'm looking at anything around where this 200-day SMA is. So that would be 7 cents is probably where I would continue to dollar cost average in on Miro if we see 7 cent Miro. So let's go over to dog with hat real quick. Where's my DeFi? There it is right here. Let me see if it's on. So this is the Solana DeFi. Let's see here. Randy wants to look at dog with hat. There it is right here. Dog with hat hasn't been doing bad. Definitely, let me move this fib retracement. We've been covering this project since for a while, I feel like, for the last like maybe 2 months. And, this thing, like I always tell you guys, we say the same thing. It really found some support somewhere around the 618 at around that 17-18 cent mark. And since then, it went on another run, almost getting to its all-time high at around right here around the 47 cents. Now, right now, it's sitting at around 42 cents. Definitely looking good. Market cap's at around $400 million. So, as far as this project, if you're looking to maybe dollar cost average in, have patience because you are on a nice pump. You can see as of lately, it looks like it found some support right here at the 34 cents. So, I would say anything under this 236 fib, under the 37 cents, would be where I would start to look for a spot to dollar cost average in, right? The most epic spot I see for some solid support is this 382 at around 30 cents. So you can see it bounce multiple times off of 30 cents right here. So that's where I would probably be waiting to see if maybe it drops down towards that level. Not saying that it's going down at all, but if you were looking to dollar cost average in, that's probably where I would look for some kind of a dip towards the 30 cent mark. But for dog with hat, just looks great. This pump, believe it or not, dog with hat woke up. It already was on its way up, but like a week or two ago, this is what I saw was that LeBron James came out on a press conference. LeBron James, right? Came out on a press conference and was wearing the exact identical hat that the dog with hat wears. The exact identical hat. So it like literally made the freaking project just start mooning. Because everybody was like, oh, he's low-key supporting dog with hat. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that's what really helped spark dog with hat and bring it back alive. So, Hopefully it can run with that for sure. But it definitely looks good. Came back alive. A lot of those projects look like they've all came back alive. The ones that were doing really well like 2 months ago on Solana, that have all of them have slowly retraced. But you can see like with Dog with Hat, with Bunk, and with Myro, they all found some support at some level, and they've all started to retrace back up towards towards those higher levels. Looking at ICP, you guys can see ICP is looking pretty well. Local high right here at around $16.30. Right now we are sitting at around $13 and about 50 cents, right? So you can see ICP is not far from its local high. Definitely doing really well. Bounced beautifully off this 0.5 at around $9.57, somewhere around there. And since then, it's been steadily just moving up. Obviously, finding highs, dropping to support, finding highs, support. As I say, that's going to be pretty much the normal for a lot of these projects as they steadily are making higher lows and higher highs, right? So ICP, definitely a big believer in ICP. I think this project's going to shatter some big prices coming up. Obviously, we have for resistance, we have the top of the fib is going to be a big spot for resistance at around $16.33. But moving past that, because it eventually will, the $18.60 mark, somewhere around there, and then obviously a big spot that's going to be a big spot not only for some previous resistance, but this is going to be like a mental, is that $20 mark. I think it's going to be a big spot where it's going to most likely have to retest multiple times before it breaks. But I do think that we're going to see in the near future a $20 ICP. Calling it now. I really do think we are going to see it. And looking at XRP. So XRP's been doing all right recently, right? Bounced. It was just consolidating right at that 50 cent mark. Finally woke up. The one thing that I was saying about XRP is the 200-day moving average. It is below its 200-day moving average. So this thing definitely needs to jump up soon and retest this 200-day, and it needs to find some support on the 200-day. That right there, is going to be a very bullish move for XRP. The 200-day is not far from where it's at. You're talking 56 cents. But it needs to not only retest, it needs to break above it, right? It needs to show us that it's finding some confirmation of support above the 200-day. Till then, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm bearish on it. Maybe like short-term bearish on XRP. If this thing jumps up and gets stuck at the 200-day and gets rejected, I'm not saying it's going back down to the 50 cents, but you're going to have a tough time breaking this 200-day. I think short-term, slightly bullish. I mean, slightly bearish until it can actually find support above the 200-day. But long term, I think XRP is going to do really well in this next bull run. I really do. I think a lot of people are riding this project off because they expected it to be at like $10 right now, and it's not. And I think in this next, as we get closer and far deep into this bull run and the alts are going absolutely crazy, I think this thing is going to just one day just jump up to $1. Right up to $1, and it's not going to stop at $1. I'm just saying it's going to jump up towards $1, and then that's when everybody's going to be screaming about XRP again, right? And same thing with ADA. ADA is going to jump up to $1 again. Watch, mark my words, it's going to jump up to $1, and it's going to. But these are projects that are going to happen out of nowhere when everybody is like finally like forgot about them again, right? And that's what XRP they've done with XRP. A lot of people have moved out of XRP, and a lot of people just don't really talk about ADA much because it's not a big mover for right now. So Craig said he finally just got off work and he can listen fully. Nice. Glad you're off work, bro. Arbitrum. Looking at Arbitrum, you guys know. Yeah, we looked at Jasmine, but I'll go back to it. I'll go back to it. So you can see for Arbitrum, you guys know how I feel about Arbitrum. Solid layer 2 project. Milady is actually on Arbitrum, right? Milady is an Ethereum traded project, right? But it's actually on layer 2 Arbitrum. Arbitrum is on Ethereum, but it's a layer 2, right? So it has its own ecosystem. One of the biggest DeFi, one of the biggest. You can see, looking at the 24-hour volume, Ethereum's at around 800 million. Solana is around 450 million. Binance 1.3 billion. and Arbitrum somewhere around just under 300 million. So DeFi is down a little bit today as far as volume, but like I keep telling you guys, Arbitrum is staying in that top 4 spot, right? Sometimes it'll actually go and test some of the numbers that Solana is doing. So I believe Arbitrum is a solid ecosystem. They have a lot building on to their ecosystem, and I think they're going to do really well in this next bull run. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some kind of like a $5 to maybe $10 Arbitrum in this next bull run. Just throwing that out there. But we want to see Arbitrum do really well because, like I said, for Milady is actually technically on both Ethereum and Arbitrum. If you look at this, you can see, so contracts are on Ethereum, and then look, contracts are on Arbitrum as well for Milady. So we definitely want to see Arbitrum do really well. It can be nothing but a plus for Milady as well. They don't go in sync with each other, but imagine if Milady was on Arbitrum and Arbitrum like tanked. It wouldn't be a good look for Milady, right? Wouldn't be a good look. So Craig wants to go back and look at Jasmine real quick, so we'll go back and check it out. Real quick, I'm sure everybody has, but make sure you guys hit that like if you just joined. Welcome. So Jasmine was pretty much saying the same thing I've been saying with Jasmine, right? Definitely looking great. Almost bounced down here, found that support right here at this 200-day moving average. Since then, it's been really doing well. You can see right now, it did make a little local high at around the 66 mark. Obviously, its top local high is going to be somewhere around the 74 mark. So let me move this fib retracement a little bit right there. So you can see right now it's finding support at the 236 at the 64 for Jasmine. I think we're going to continue to have these moves where we're just steadily, making new local highs and finding support and, doing that whole jazz. Everything looks great. You can see all the SMAs are running parallel with the price action right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just continue to just slowly move up as we have been, right? I mean, this is pretty much what all the projects have been doing in the last week or two. They all found some support from moving down from these local highs that they made about 8 weeks ago or whatever the case may be. And a lot of them, like I said, just for Milady as well, it's pretty much looks almost similar to this. Not exact, but similar, where it found some support somewhere a little bit above the 200, and it's been slowly but surely moving up as we continue to move into this bull run that we have. But for Jasmine, everything's still looking very bullish. I wouldn't be surprised if we're breaking this 74 mark here in the next week or two. Could be even sooner, right? But like I said, everything looks very bullish for Jasmine. Definitely looks good. Moving over to Solana. Solana, we always cover Solana. One of the projects I adore. Honestly, I've come to like Solana a lot. I really have. Other than maybe them having some kind of the system goes down here and there. As far as the trading on Solana, I enjoy it. I really enjoy trading on Jupiter Swap. I do a lot of leverage trading on that. Haven't been doing leverage trading in the last week. I'm looking back. I actually had a solid day. I think it was on Thursday. I did really well. But other than that, since Thursday, 4 days ago, I really haven't been leverage trading much. But I just love Solana. I really do. I like Solana. I think Solana is going to continue to do really well as they build. One thing that Solana did really well is that they brought a lot of developers onto their DeFi. And they have a lot of people just building off of their ecosystem, right? I think a lot of people have come to learn that if you want a solid ecosystem, you need to have developers building off your ecosystem. But I don't just mean just developers. I mean you got to have solid meme coins going crazy on your ecosystem. That'll really bring a lot of attention. Some people hate meme coins. Obviously, we don't. We see the potential. You go back in 2018 and in those days, and everybody just not everybody, but a lot of people hated meme coins, right? You fast forward after the 2021 bull run and where we're at right now. Yeah, you have the maxis that just hate everything, right? If it's not Bitcoin, they freaking hate everything, right? But a lot of people have learned to respect meme coins, right? They know they're very, very volatile, but they know that if you're looking for 100x, find that hidden gem meme coin, because that's most likely where you're going to get that 100x, right? And Solana capitalized off of that, and they brought a lot of developers onto their ecosystem, and you have a lot of, meme coins built off of it, like Dog with Hat, Bunk, Myro. You have a lot of big projects that just trade really well, that were doing really well a few months ago, that helped bring Solana up to where it's at right now, right? So with that being said, Solana right now at around $113, just doing really well. Obviously, it topped out right here at the 126. Retrace found some support at the $78 mark right here. This was like a few weeks ago, and since then, I mean, it's really just like I said, pretty much looked the same as like what Jasmine did recently, right? Found some support somewhere above the 200, and it's been steadily just moving back up. And that's what we're going to see with a lot of projects right now. That's what we're going to see. So, see what Milady's doing. So Milady's at around 74, still holding pretty strong right now. I think we've covered pretty much everything. Let me see here. Definitely the market looks really, really good today. Nice big bubbles. Let's look at, because I just, for all my H-bar people, H-bar is doing pretty well today. Right under the $9 or 9 cent mark, looking very well. I mean, look at this chart again. It looks like exactly like what we just looked at, like at Solana, at Jasmine, right? Local high, found some support right above the 200, and now it's on its way back up. Like all the projects, not all of them, but a lot of them all look very similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them all start making new local highs here in the next, few weeks, or next few days to next few weeks. I wouldn't be surprised, if a lot of these projects do that, because they all look pretty much similar. H-bar is looking very well. Got a lot of development on its ecosystem. Trying to bring a lot of eyes onto the H-bar ecosystem, and they do pretty well. As far as I think a lot of people know about H-bar, but they don't really associate H-bar with like a DeFi and stuff like that. But I think as we get closer and down the road, they're just slowly but surely building. And I think down the road, this could be a big, not next Solana, but something like that, where a lot of people start talking about H-bar, and trading on H-bar and DeFi on H-bar, right? So definitely looks really well. My biggest bag is H-bar. Nice. There you go, Craig. Yeah, I think H-bar is doing really well. You can see this thing bounced beautifully at the 618 right here at the 6 cents. And I mean, it's already almost 2x from there at around 9 cents. So, I mean, it looks really well. Looks very good. So let's jump back and just have a recap. I know we've been on for a while now. So Bitcoin right now, around 51,684 to be exact. You can see we're having somewhat of a little cool off. We jumped up towards around that 51.8, somewhere a little bit above that, but we've kind of been rejected from that. You can see a couple of things real quick. As you can see, this is going to be the 50-day SMA, and the light yellow is going to be our 20-day SMA, right? So you can see it got rejected, not breaking that 50-day SMA as of right now. And we have the 20 that it looks like it's been finding some support. So we'll see how this plays out. I think that right now in the next few hours, it's just going to be kind of like a blah kind of thing, nothing too crazy. But I think as we get closer towards Monday, we might see some kind of a big move tonight, in the middle of the night, right before Monday opens up. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, the actual stock market is closed tomorrow for President's Day, if I'm not mistaken. So we might have just like a, something like today, tomorrow, for the markets, where it's not really too much. It's a holiday, so there's not going to be a lot of volume coming in. But I think as we get in towards like Tuesday to Friday, you guys know how the weekdays go. We'll most likely see some more of some higher volume, and hopefully it's going to be towards the upside for Bitcoin. We want to see Bitcoin definitely in this next week break our local high right here at around 52.8. We want to see us basically come up and retest, or not retest, but get up and test this 53,000 mark. And wake everything back up. But for the altcoins, doing pretty solid for today. I think we might see somewhat of a solid little retracement, just because Bitcoin's having a little bit of retracement. So some of the gains on the project might end up coming down a little bit for some of these projects that were having big moves today. But other than that, I think we're still set up for a solid week coming up, and the next like 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to continue to most likely move up, like I said, unless we get thrown some kind of a curveball, as far as the market. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everybody coming in and asking questions and all the support. Make sure you guys on your way out, hit that like. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And tomorrow we will be back. It's a weekday, so we'll be back to our normal 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time streaming. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you can get that alert whenever we do go live. Other than that, guys, I thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day of Sunday. Relax. Take your mind off the charts for a little while because we got some big moves coming, right? And we're going to be glued to these charts for these next few weeks. So other than that, guys, again, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys, AVK, MX, Craig, everybody. Again, thank you again for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Randy and everybody else, you guys have a wonderful day.